Hello, everybody. Welcome to Elevate the World podcast. We are on episode 18. And Schmidt here. We got Trained Like Prince.
What's up?
Scotty the Body. All right, so we are going to start with a quote. All right, random quote from pop star Ariana Grande. Like,
Hey.
What?
What?
What she got? What she got?
She's growing up and now she has words of wisdom. Okay. Be happy with being you. Love your flaws. Own your quirks and know that you are just as perfect as anyone else, exactly as you are. And then I'll do this at the end.
No, because it's a whole lot of love in that. Yeah. It's a whole lot
Yes!
of love in that.
A lot of love.
I feel love. Guys, I feel love. Even my song feels love that I'm working out to. It's just so weird. Like, what is this emotion? Like, okay, let's move on. All right. Okay, so today that quote is very appropriate because we're going to talk about fitness flaws. All three of us, you're so perfect. You never mess up on your diet. How do you stay so in shape? You must not have to work hard. Do you even work out? You're naturally like that. Oh, you're a trainer, so it's easy for you. What's your magic pill? I know that food doesn't even make you gain fat. You can eat whatever you want. And the list goes on and on.
Man.
Guys, did I miss any?
No, like you're so crazy. Real quick, today I asked a member to record a video of me doing like some muscle ups and some box jumps and something, and I was gassed. And she was like, "I didn't even know you got tired." And I was like, "What?" Like, no, I get tired just like everyone else does. I get gassed.
Right.
I'm the trainer, so you don't see me get tired, but I get tired too.
Yes, guys, don't be fooled. All these tattoos we have is not covering up an outlet that we plug in ourselves at night. Okay, we are human. We are human, just like you.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay. All right. Fitness flaw number one for me. Okay. Guys, no judgment zone. Don't judge me, judger. No judgment zone. Okay. We're putting it out there because we know there's somebody out there that feels the same way. All right. Here's one. I find that I look at my phone too much between sets and rest, and then I get mad because I know that means I'm not working hard enough and I'm not working as hard as I can. So let me talk on this. Going into the gym's a mindset. I literally will zip. Now, a lot of times I have my workout on my phone, and then I'm tempted by the text messages that come in, the emails come in. I start to get distracted. Then I'm like, bring it back. You got goals, bring it back. And I'm literally talking to myself like The Rock is in my head. And he's like, what are you doing? Get off your phone. I'm getting better at this. But there was a time I was really bad at this. And next thing you know, my workouts took like an hour and a half plus because I was on my damn phone.
Playing around.
Distracted.
Checking the gram, getting distracted. Oh, I feel so much better that I got that off my chest. Okay, I'm getting better.
Confession.
Today was a perfect lifting day. I did not get on my phone. Confession number one, done.
Nice.
Okay, so if you find that's you know what? Zip up your phone into your fanny pack, your book bag, turn it face down. You know what? Leave it in the locker. If your music's not on it, my music's on it. So I got to zip it up in my bag, put it in your pocket, resist the urge to look at it. You'll be more efficient in your workout.
And the messages will be that much more exciting after the workout, because now whatever you missed out on, you get to catch back up on. It's like missing an episode of a show.
Yes, they're not. The messages aren't going anywhere. Okay, take that time for yourself. They're not going anywhere. All right, Scotty, confess. Confession number one.
Dude, like I definitely will confess on doing that as well. I've been a lot better at it. I used to always like try to take videos like during workouts and stuff like that, and I felt like that was kind of like distracting me sometimes because I wouldn't get the full set in, especially like at F45 or something like that. But definitely keeping the phone away is a no-no, and I need to get better myself. So I'm glad you brought it up first.
Good. Glad I can help you. All right. What's your confession, Scotty?
One of my biggest ones is not stretching enough after a workout.
What?
Oh, dang. Okay, bro. Man, thank you for being honest, bro, because I got that problem too, man. Sometimes before even, and we just talked about injury.
I'm a lot better at warming up. I'm a lot better now at warming up. And then it's just sometimes when I'm in between classes or if I'm coaching, it's right before I coach.
Mm-hmm.
No, if I take class right before I have to coach, that's the worst. Like I literally just like shower real quick and then boom, I'm on the floor like coaching. So like I don't have like, and then by the time like I'm done, I'm cleaning up, I'm at home, like I already forgot that I didn't cool down or anything. And then that next day is just like, oh, yep, I should have stretched. I should have done better. So then I've been doing better at my morning routine and stretch, but it's just that post workout's been a little bit tough. Like I try to at least roll out somewhat to kind of relax the muscles a little bit, but that's one of my biggest flaws, I think, because it's one of those things where you preach stretch out their workout, and then I'm not doing that. So I need to be better at that.
Yeah. So I have actually, I'm going on 2 months of my 10 to 15 minutes stretching in my morning routine.
Nice.
It is golden. I got like my 3 videos on my phone that are 10 minutes that I like, and I just pick one and I do that. And that has been a lifesaver. So me putting it in my morning routine has been the perfect fix for that for me, because injuries will creep up. You know, we got to stretch. It's part of recovery.
Yeah.
So Scotty, you're going to get better at that.
Oh, now that I've confessed it, I feel like I'll get better at it.
Doesn't that feel good? This is like fitness confession.
Get it off the chest, man.
Yes. Exactly. All right, Prince, what do you got? Confess, let it out. Be free.
Man, not only do I agree with what both of y'all said, but one, I want to say 2 of mine would be, I want to say more days than none, I don't get enough water or enough sleep in. And, you know, we talk about how important those 2 things are and like how, you know, supposed to be on it, boom, 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 you know, all that stuff. And actually, I'm not on it every day like I should be. I try to. And honestly, some days I don't try to. Some days I'm just like, you know, just going through it. Oh, it's all good. Yeah, but that's my confession. The sleep and the water that I don't always get enough in. Some days I do really great. Some days like I probably will do so good I'm good for the next day, but it's not where it should be. And it's definitely something that like I tell all the clients and the members to do, you know what I mean? Like, because I know the benefits of it, but yet at times I miss out on it. Getting better. My wife helps me with that. She stays on me. Like yesterday I had a nice block in the middle of the day, and I was like, you know what, I got more stuff to get done. And she was like, you know, you need to rest. Like, she's like, you need to rest. She was like, you think like you're getting ahead and you are like ignoring rest, and it's gonna knock you down. It's gonna set you back further than you think you want to be. So that's a big one. And so she's my accountability partner on that.
Oh, that's so great. She's a good mother. Look at her.
Man, she's awesome.
She's taking care of everybody. I love that. I love
that's
that.
her spirit.
That's so great. So I'm going to agree with the water, because that was a big problem of mine for a long time. And I used creatine as a supplement. And as you guys know, you've got to have a lot of water flowing through your body to use that. So that kind of kicked me in the butt to get that underway. How I found is that I fill up all my bottles at night that I need to get through. They're all filled up every night for the next day. And I just have to bang them out and drink them. And that's how I know that I've gotten enough water in. So that's worked for me, because that used to be a really big problem. I've found if I have to fill a water bottle up constantly during the day, I don't get it in. So, so yeah. Yep. So, yeah. So it looks like we're overlapping in a lot of these guys, which is cool.
Real quick, that's good choice architecture, and that you like set yourself up for success prior to, like, you just like, you know what, I'm gonna set it up like this because I know if I don't, it's gonna happen. So that's good choice architecture.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. So I was like,
Force
how can I do?
architecture.
I was like, this seems really crazy that I have to fill all these water bottles up every night. And then I'm like, nope, don't judge. Get them in. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just it works
Just
for
do it.
you. It
Yep.
works for you. It might seem crazy, but it doesn't matter. It works. Yep. Okay. All right. This is a huge confession. And I talk about this a little bit with a lot of my clients because I notice a lot of people struggle with this. And this is just not fair. This is all I'm going to say about this one. It's just not fair that God handed me the brain chemical of addiction when it comes to sugar. I am a sugar, wait, I was a sugar addict.
Wow.
I cannot, I've got to be very careful. I am not that person that can have Christmas goodies and walk away. I have to
Neither
be
am I.
very careful post show that my meals consist of more things like if I want to go get tacos versus cookies, cake, candy, ice cream. I run that fine line. I have diabetes in my family. It runs like water. It's crazy. So I have to be extra careful. So I have a double-edged sword. Addicted to sugar when I get it in my body, and then I got the diabetes gene that is really loud. So in the midst of my sugar addiction, when it was really bad, I was having some of those side effects that you get when you start to become diabetic. And that was my eye opener. I had to get it under control, and I have, but I still know I am not that person that can have a little and walk away. So I choose to keep it away from me as much as possible, and I feel so much better. I reach my goals, my body composition is so much better, my brain function is so much better. This is just me. And it's not fair because everything looks so good. I used to always say I'm a baked good girl. Give me a baked good. Love them. But guys, I just can't. And it sucks and it's not fair. But you know what? I'm better off without it. And I'm a don't even go near it. Just walk away. So there you go. I have never been perfect with the sugar. I probably have gotten better within the last probably last 3 years. I really nailed it down to where I know my triggers. I know what's going to happen. I know how to keep it away from me. So the past 3 years, I've really gotten it under control. But other than that, I've been on a roller coaster. You know, I gave up sugar for a year once, then crashed and burned. Every Lent, I'd give up sugar. Gosh, after Lent was over, crash and burn. So I have to look at it as a lifestyle 365. There you go.
Wow. Hey man, I can relate, Ange. Thanks for sharing that because even I know we have flaws, but I definitely would not have expected you to say that. You know what I mean? Just being honest. Just being honest. But that's something that definitely is man, sweets make me weak. For real. And that's definitely a battle for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
So
literally my next one was overeating, and when I'm not tracking, and sugar is literally my downfall.
all right, we'll talk about it. Tell us more.
Literally once I have one little taste of it, it's like I just want more. It's literally so addicting to me. Where I'll have one piece of chocolate, and then next thing I know, I finish the box. It's just gone. So it's definitely something I've done a lot better at not having around. If it's not in the house, I'm not going to eat it. All right. I'm at the store. I'm not actually eating it in the store, so I could refrain myself from buying it. So refraining myself from buying it is definitely been a huge thing, and just not having it around, not having it just there. I did have a chocolate bar just sitting on top of the kitchen counter every day during 75 hard though. I just looked at it and I just felt so strong, and I never touched it.
And now, did you do that on purpose? As a mental game?
No, I left it there because someone got it for my birthday, and my birthday was like 2
Oh,
days after I started. So it was just like a little
Man,
Hershey's bar just sitting there. And
dang.
it
I'm
was
gonna
kind of
move
covered up a
that.
little bit, but I just knew it was there and I just like never moved it.
bro, I
And I
get like
was
this vision of like intense movie music playing when you stare at it, like, and it's staring back at
Yes.
you, like.
right.
Oh,
So it's like glowing underneath the papers. Like,
oh my gosh. I could never have that on my counter. And here's another double-edged sword. If you know about the sport of bodybuilding, you know that the day of show, you want to fill, okay, so you deplete and then you carb up, you fill your muscles so you look all full and muscular and great and, smooth and all that good stuff. Well, this girl needs dirty food to do that. So normally means sugar. So I
Mm.
have to be very careful. So my pump up food of choice, if you want to call it that in the bro terms, would be peanut M&Ms. And the only reason is because the peanut in it offers fat and protein to offset the sugar. Do not give me a Hershey bar. Do not give me a Reese's peanut butter cup. It has to be peanut M&Ms. It's probably the
Delicious.
only candy that I can walk away from because of the balance of protein, fat, and carbs in it. Right. So
And that was a strategic choice.
yeah.
I had to be, and my coach knows this about me. So we have to be very strategic about it. So okay. All right, Prince, you're next. Confess
Oh,
again. Confession number
man.
2.
All right, dude. All right, shoot. Overeating and trying to pretty much out exercise it
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. You know what I mean? Like I'll eat. I know I'll eat way more food than I know I should have ate. And usually it is with
Mm,
sweets, you know what I mean? But then like trying to do what a lot of other people try to do that we try to say or we talk about as a flaw is trying to outwork it. And it's not, it's and I'll say it's something I've gotten so much better at just because like, you know what, I'll always remember my long-term why in that moment. Not perfect, but that's something I'll grasp and try to hold on to. But it definitely is something where I'm like, you know what, man, this definitely is not, it's not worth it. It's not worth like eating the extra, going beyond and then like trying to spend that time to like, attempt to burn those calories. Cause a lot of times you still don't, you know what I mean? You still don't burn them all off depending on how much you ate. And then, it kind of disrupt time management. And then you got a downward spiral in a sense. But that is definitely something that, especially when I first started working out about 9 years ago, man, I had it bad. I would like mess up in my diet when I lived in LA, and then I would be in the gym at Planet Fitness at 2, 3 a.m. trying to work out for 2, 3 hours, doing cardio and this and that, and then always backfired on me. So it was a horrible thing to do, but it definitely is something that man, Christmas holiday season, even this past year, something that happened. So yeah,
interesting.
that's my
All
number two,
right.
man.
Wow. Okay. Yes. And you know what? I think we've all fallen in that where we try to out train our diet from the day
Mm-hmm.
before to make
Oh
up
yeah.
for it. When really we should just get right back on our meal plan,
Right.
let the water, the bloat, and everything work through our system with clean, natural foods, the same amount, and let our body get back on track calmly and stress free. Yes.
Yeah.
So
And like I said, I think that's a common one.
Yeah,
yeah,
for
I used
sure. I think the
to
mental aspect
basically
is big.
before I even counted macros or tracked my food or anything like that. That's how I always was. I just was like, all right, I'm working out every day. Like I don't need to watch what I eat. Literally how it was for
Right.
like most of my life.
Right. Right.
Yeah. No,
All
it's
right.
it's crazy.
Yeah. So, okay. So, oh, here's mine. Mine keep coming up quick. I feel like I'm getting all the confessions here. Okay.
You going first.
So, oh gosh. Okay. So, this is something that I've gotten better at, that I need to keep getting better at because it falls in line with my long-term goals of gaining lean mass and continuing the sport of bodybuilding. In the gym, especially when I'm tired or rushed or unmotivated, I tend to play it safe with my exercises. I tend to overlook the compound and Olympic lifts that this girl should be doing to gain mass because I either don't want to think about it, I'm too tired to set it up, I just want to get in, get out, when really I just have to stop and say, hey, do this, follow your plan. Don't play it safe, because we know in the gym, if you have big goals of gaining lean mass, playing it safe is going to get you nowhere. It'll get you somewhere. It'll just take a lot longer.
Yep.
So playing it safe in the gym is definitely a flaw of mine. And one of my biggest goals during my improvement season that will probably kick in, the summer coming up, is to really embrace those compound and Olympic lifts to gain the mass. Yes. And I know how to do them.
That's crazy you say that though, because I did think about like, dang, like how many times have I been like, you know what, like I'm not gonna set up the barbell, I'm just go hit the cable machine. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like you know what I mean?
Right
like,
here.
I don't feel like doing all of that setting up.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I feel it.
Yep.
I feel it.
Yep. And I will have the time in my improvement season. That's what improvement season's about. It's about embracing a different season of eating more calories, gaining muscle, different workouts. Yes, you're always working on your goals, but you have a little more time. You have a little more time. You're not practicing posing every day. Cardio starts to go down. So you have more time to put into your lifting, because champions are made in the improvement season. Pros are made in the improvement season. During prep, you're showcasing all your hard work from your improvement season. So why not embrace that season and give it everything you got? Because it's going to show in your next prep and the next time on stage. I'm going to rewatch this. It's like I'm talking to myself. I'm going to rewatch this.
No, that's real talk though. I really love that philosophy. It's like that in life period.
Yes. And even for females, like, don't be afraid to do those compound Olympic lifts. I'm not going to look like you guys. Though I do want the striations in my legs like Prince, and I wouldn't mind having the biceps and the bodies. Guys, gotta need a little bit of that, but I'm not going to look like them, guys. I'm not. I'm a little peanut. I mean, I weigh 107 pounds right now. I'm a little peanut. I'm not going to look like them. Gosh. Okay, Scotty, your turn.
Glad you got that off the chest.
I know. Right. Feel good.
Mine's going to be the opposite direction. Mine's going to be overtraining. And not enough rest days. But 75 hard kind of made me question that a little bit, because like I worked out twice a day every day. Like, don't get me wrong, though, the walk was like a little bit more of a cool down. I would say like active recovery, but I was doing F45 classes like I think 3 separate occasions, at least 2 weeks straight.
Wow.
Dude, I remember days. I would love when you came in, man. I freaking miss F45. I would love when you came in and like you would work out, and I could always count on Scotty taking two classes, at least 2. Sometimes like
sometimes I would do double.
3. Yeah.
Gosh, the members love when you're in the classes. They love it. But you know what I've been taught, somewhat, is that, that like you said, 75 hard made you question it. I don't know if it's so much as people overtraining or is it under eating, which, like it could go either way, but go ahead and continue. So 75 hard made you realize, hey, you can do it.
Yeah, I was able to do it, but there's been times where like I've overtrained and I kind of just feel run down, and there's just maybe lack of sleep, lack of food, lack of nutrition. So I feel like with 75 hard, my nutrition was pretty up there. So it was pretty optimal. So I'm assuming like that was helping me like kind of push through those like hard days. Cause I felt like there were hard days, but there was never a day where I dreaded having to go work out. Like, yeah, I was like, oh, my body's tight. But like once I got into the workout, like I was good. But still, like, I feel like I kind of maybe lucked out on that. Like I think I need to take more rest days. Like I usually work out probably at least 6 days a week, not on 75 hard. So I think at least like, I don't know, supplementing it with like a yoga class or like doing something like that in between my continuous like high intensity workouts would be beneficial. Because there's probably some injuries that I've had where it's probably not good to kind of constantly just keep beating on it and just being run down all the time.
Mhm.
And then being on my feet all day coaching classes and then just kind of running around doing stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think that's important too, to remember that, you know, us three especially, and someone listening may have a really active career. You may have a really active job where, you know, that you're super active in, and you almost have to include that. You know, when I was coaching at F45, my steps coaching classes were included in my plan because it was so much energy. And then, you know, as trainers, sometimes we're jumping in a set with someone, if we're teaching boot camp or whatever it may be, like, you never know. I mean, you could be ended up doing 100 burpees. You just never know how it all pans
It can
out.
happen.
It can happen. It's happened before.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Prince, what do you got? Let it out, Girl Scout.
Man, you know what? I'll say, I mean, I consider it a flaw because like my wife also would be like, you like, I think you tripping. But like I'll say like body dysmorphia, like, and like kind of like body shaming myself, like tripping out when I look in the mirror or looking every day. The InBody machine, I freaking love that machine. It was a point in time where like I was on it like every other day, or like, like I would like take it too serious and not like with the grain of salt and for what it is, you know what I mean? So that's a big one too. Like there'll be some days I look in the mirror and I'll be like, man, and it could be just I had like, it could be, you don't let your body go through the bloating or the extra food or whatever it is you did. You may not look perfect exactly every day. You know what I mean? That type of thing. And there's been times where I've let that kind of like get me down, or it's like demotivated me and made me feel like, oh man, I don't feel like working out today because like I look like this or certain things like that. So I'll say that's another big one that I want to say definitely struggle with for a while. I'll say the first struggle with it was before even working out and just not being satisfied with my body, period. But then at that point, wasn't doing anything about it. You know what I mean? Then, then the fitness journey began in the military. And, it's still one of those things where it's like, that still kind of lingers, you know what I mean? Every now and then, that dissatisfaction or, that kind of self-esteem thing with that, but it's gotten a lot better, just like everything else.
Right. So, I think we all go through this, and it's growing and learning that your body goes through different stages as you eat. You may have the same amount of macros, but you're eating more of it at night because of your schedule. So you wake up feeling a little more full or bloated. If you have a higher carb day, because hey, your goal is to gain lean mass. So you're increasing your calories a little bit. You need that food to gain the lean mass, and it's accepting the changes. I understand that 1,000%. Being in my sport is all about physique, right?
Right.
So understanding the seasons, and I've worked on this for years, and this really helps me be a strong competitor and a great bodybuilding athlete, because I've worked on understanding the different seasons. Like right now, we're in prep, we are cutting, then we're going to be growing. So your body will change. And I know a lot of competitors go through that big time, because it is crazy that you look like this, and then in your improvement season, you're gonna look like this. Now,
right.
you don't want to have it's so hard. You don't want to have a sloppy improvement season, but the scale is going to go up. In 2-3 months from now, I'm not going to wake up and get on that scale and have it say what it had, what it said today. And you just have to put yourself in that clarity. And I love that word, the clarity of the season that you're in, or the clarity of your goals. And I love that. And the comparison game, right around this time is when I kind of really shut down that social media. My shows are posting and everyone's tagging, and Angie's not, because the comparison game can be so real, and it can be really detrimental to your performance on stage. If I'm going to compare myself to everybody, I'm putting all this energy into that, where I should be working on my posing, working on me, not getting the internet and comparing myself. Who's going to be in my show? Is that person going to be in my class? Taking that time to plug into myself and not worry about the noise.
Right. That's what it's all about.
But yeah, that definitely. Okay, I'm gonna give one more. Oh gosh, I got two. Which one do I confess?
Run it.
This one is so simple. I'm gonna go with this one. Okay. I do, and this isn't really a fitness flaw, more like a social flaw. If you say
You got
that,
it, Ange.
I
Hold on here.
don't enjoy going to most restaurants.
Mm,
I don't enjoy most restaurants.
tell us
Couple
more.
reasons, why. I really honor and love my food, and I want it the way that I want it. And I guess I'm a food snob in the way of, I'm not a food snob because I need the gourmet. I'm a food snob because I want what I want. Like, and even my favorite burger place has my carry out down to a T. Like, it's good carry out. Like, they have perfected the container of a carry out burger and fries, and it doesn't skip a beat as if I were there at the table. So why is this a flaw? Well, guys, because it stops me from being social sometimes. Like, oh, they wouldn't know if we we're going to go out to dinner. I'm like, oh, I don't want to go out to dinner.
Nah, man, I'm cool.
I'm good. I don't really like there. Oh, but you can get a set. I don't even want to go. Like, so that would be a flaw of mine. I'm a snob. I am a restaurant snob. I don't like the wait. I'm impatient. I want what I want. I want to make it, and that's that.
I don't like the wait. No, like that'll stop me from going out to eat. I don't like the wait. When I'm hungry,
I don't
hungry.
either. I don't like to wait.
That's the worst. Having to sit
Yeah.
and wait. Like there's a wait. Like make a reservation. Like I just decided I want to go eat now. I didn't make a reservation. Like
Right,
I
I'm
was
hungry.
hungry 3 hours ago.
Right.
Actually, that's a lie. I'm always hungry.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna have an untracked meal, I would rather like get all the ingredients from the store and make myself a big plate of like homemade chicken nachos with homemade guacamole and sit in my own home, or do my own, get my burger carry out, or do my own burger on the grill and make my own, or my own barbecue chicken thighs, like whatever. Those are my things. And it's not good because it, like I said, it stops me from being social. And I tend to become, especially in prep, which it's not a horrible thing to become more of a homebody. It's just, that's just my nature anyway. But you know what? I got to get out in the world. I got to get out there and live a little.
You got dragons to slay.
I'm the opposite. If I want something that's untracked and like I'm spoiling myself, I'm getting something that's made for me. I'm taking the work out of it. Just like bring it to me.
Hey,
Bring
man,
it
I
to me.
remember that
Just
time we
sauce
had,
it
what
up.
was that, wings at your house, man? We had pizza and wings, or was it just
we had
wings?
like we had like 50 wings.
Yeah, we had oh my gosh, you had a lot of wings.
30 wings.
Yeah,
My
no, it was more. It was like 40. I think it was 40.
It was 40 wings, and I'm pretty sure I ate like
he ate most of them.
Like 30 of them.
Yeah, he ate most of them. He was enjoying it too. Meanwhile, I'm over there thinking about, dang, like I'm enjoying this, but man, these a lot of calories.
Well, I will say my three carryout places, my three places that I go to do know me by name. So they know me and they know what I like. They know like my girl, Angela from Hickory Station. She knows what season I'm in. If I call and get the grilled chicken salad, no dressing, she's like, oh, my girl's in prep. If I'm like, all right, I want a grilled chicken grilled chicken salad, give me them fries because the fries are the best. And I'd like a pizza. She's like, oh, we're eating today. She's eating today. Like she knows. I've done training with her. She's got, I call and she's like, hey, Angie, what's your order? The usual. And I'm like, yeah, we're cutting. I need my salad. So they know. They know. All right, Scotty, what do you have?
This has been one in the past. I feel like I've been a little bit better with it recently, but when I reached my goal, letting up. So I think you kind of touched it on a little bit, like when you hit when you finish your show, staying on track still, like during your improvement season. Sometimes like I'll reach my goal. Like I finished 75 hard. I told myself I was going to have a rock star week where just kind of just did whatever, like no rules. And then I was going to kind of get back on it. So technically tomorrow, or technically today, but I might give myself an extra day since I'm off today. Exactly, right. It's gonna be another day every time. But yeah, but when I reach my goal, sometimes I'll just like let up, and then like I kind of just like fall off, and then I'm like, oh shit, like now I gotta do everything over again. It happened last year to me, like when it was leading up to my wedding. I think the month of my wedding, I kind of just like stopped. I stopped doing everything I was doing, and then 3 months go by, and I was like, ooh, like let myself go, and then
interesting.
Yeah, because like I'm super motivated, like myself. Like I don't need anyone to really push me, but like I can sometimes get stuck in a rut where I'm just like I feel really comfortable being kind of lazy, and I've been better at that. Like Annie talks about 75 hard podcast is like that bitch voice in your head.
Yes.
Don't be a big bad bitch, man.
Yeah, tell them no. You gotta say no to your bitch voice. So it's like, oh yeah, you can just like sit here and watch Netflix, or you can study for that test that you want to take, or you can go walk jacks maybe for 45 minutes, or go do a second workout, or do something productive.
So my question to you, Scotty, because you pull people out of that rut, like that's your role. So who pulls you out of the rut? Do you pull yourself out of the rut? Is there like you listen to Andy's podcast and it kicks you in the ass and says go? You know, do you talk to a client? Like what gets you back on track?
Usually I can pull myself out of it. I kind of like have a realization. Sometimes it's like in the past it's been too late. I'm like, it's never too late, but it's been like it's gone too far. Recently with First Form, my my Legionnaire coach, Brock, he's been the one to like if I haven't like done much or done any calls with him or anything like that, like he'll like once a month if I haven't heard from him or if he hasn't heard from me, he'll like reach out to me. He's like, hey, everything going on? And then it's like one of those things like I don't know him personally, but like he's helped me with First Form and like being a Legionnaire. And it's like I almost don't want to like let him down. So it's just like
accountability.
Yeah, so he's like an accountability for me. So it's just like, all right, let's go get your shit together. Like boom, boom, boom. And I start scheduling everything, start making my power list, I start like getting things ready. Like and then it just like the snowball effect. But in a good way.
That's awesome.
Going uphill.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, Prince, I got to ask you, if you're in a rut, who pulls you out of one?
Man, there's two things with two people, more than two people, but let's say two reasons. One, usually it's myself. Usually like I got to a point where it was like, you know what, like you gotta be doing this stuff for you. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like you lay with you at night. But secondly, my family, man, like anytime I feel like being a little bitch, I think about my kids. I think about like my wife. I think about my family. I think about like the people that do believe in me and the people that are like, like everyone I'd be failing. When I really sit down and think about that, I was like, nah, man, I got to get my shit together, dude. I can't be playing, you know what I mean? And so usually like if it used to be where it was everyone else that gave me that push. And then it got to a point where I was like, you know what? I love myself enough to do it for me. And then when I need a little bit more, automatically go into my people. You know what I mean? I think about like everyone that's dependent on me, everyone that believes on me and believes in me. And like that usually like gets me right out of it.
Right. Good. Yeah. So, I would say it's usually myself and myself first taking the action. And then I usually reach out to my coach, Tina, who then puts me in check. But the reason myself is because I feel like I fall so much in that where people don't think that this happens to me. Like more like even my own husband, he's like, he being with him for so long, like 23 years, gosh, more than that, 27 years. We're at 27. We're at 27. He doesn't view me you know what I mean, any differently than if I'm 20 pounds heavier or 20 pounds lighter. And, some like, so I can't rely on him to kick me out of it. He just doesn't. So I have to kick myself out of it. And then I reach out to my coach, Tina. This has been in the past 2-3 years. And then she kicks me in and says, okay, well, this is what we're dealing with. And then she lays it all on the line. And I'm like, dang, she just checked me without checking me. Like she totally just, laid it all out on the line, facts. All right, Angie, you need to get it together. So that would be for me as well. Because again, the reason we're doing this is because people think that we don't have fitness flaws, and we do. And by the way, I got the idea for this podcast because I listened to some pro athletes talk about their fitness flaws, and I thought it was completely intriguing. All right, Prince, what is your last one? What is it?
Dang, I actually didn't even have a final one, but I know it's one there. I would say sometimes not being open to new things. Like I'll be like, I got my workout routine. Like if I want to change anything, it's gonna be the weight. You know what I mean? Or like I'll be like, I don't really want to work out like that. You know what I mean? Or that's not really my style. But then like being like, you know what? Well, make it your style for this one workout. Like, you know what I mean? Why not learn something new? Why not push, in this level? And I think like Scotty, you mentioned a while ago, I think we were just talking about like, okay, like, hey, you like strength days or cardio days? And then you're like, I'm a hybrid athlete. And I had like never heard or even thought of it like that. And then it kind of like started building back onto like the whole concept of being action ready and being like, you know what, like, why not be strong and have endurance? Why not, you know what I mean? Like know how to be explosive and lift heavy shit, like all those different things, why not be very versatile in everything you can do? You can adapt better that way. And I think that's a fitness flaw of mine where a lot of days I'm like, man, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to do my thing. And, I'll go through the motions. I enjoy it. You know what I mean? But I'll just go through the motions and not really want to try anything new. But then like, I'll think about like members or clients and they're like, oh, I didn't like that exercise or that. And I'll ask like, why? And it's like, well, I'm not good at it, or I usually don't train like that. And it makes you think about me and being like, hey, actually you should try to get outside that zone because you try to push other people to do it as well.
That is so powerful. I agree.
Yeah. Because like kind of piggyback off that and the previous one about like what kind of brings you out of those ruts is like when you're preaching everything all the time and you're helping an individual or a group of people, like it kind of like you're like saying it and then you're like, well, I need to be doing this too. So like if you're in that rut sometimes, like me, like being at work, being in front of all these people trying to help them, I'm also trying to better myself at the same time. So it's like what I'm telling them is like really what I'm like trying to tell myself at the same time.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like, yeah, you need to do this. Like sometimes I'll just get very blunt with them. Like sometimes you just have to suck it up and just do it. And like I'm not trying to be like an asshole to them, but like I'm also like everyone knows at work. Like I'm pretty blunt about things. I'll just say it how it is. But like in a joking manner for the most part. But like I'm like also like preaching to myself and like being blunt to myself about it. So it's like I'm kind of doing it for both. And it's because you like no one's always gonna be there for you. Like yes, your family's gonna be there, but like they want to see you happy. And sometimes they know you're struggling, they want to see you relax. Like Megan is always trying to tell me to chill, like calm down, relax, like take a rest, go take a nap, do something. And I'm just like, no, like that's not who I am. Like I can't. So I know she's always looking for me to kind of like take care of myself. She always wants to. And then occasionally she'll be like, hey, like you haven't done this in a while. Like, did you read yet? Did you do this? Like sometimes she'll get me for that stuff, which is really good. But it really just comes down to you, because no one's going to like hold your hand the whole way. No one's going to be like, hey, did you go work out? Maybe someone might do that once in a while. Maybe if you're paying someone to do that, like they'll do that. But like no one's just going to be there like in 10 years from now. Like, hey, like, did you drink all your water? Did you get your protein in?
You're going
to be the one that you're the one that's going to have to do it all.
Yeah, I love the quote. Well, two things is clients, when we're coaching you, don't realize we're coaching ourselves.
Right.
I love that.
Life, man.
It's
life. Like it's bigger than fitness, man.
Yeah. And then one of my favorite quotes is consistency and dedication are the hardest when no one is clapping for you. So clap for your damn self.
100%. No, seriously though,
100%.
seriously. You gotta be about you for real.
Be about you. Be about
Seriously.
yourself for
Don't be
real. And
against
there's nothing
it.
wrong with that.
Yep.
People think that it's selfish or it's wrong. Guys, love yourselves, embrace yourselves, and dedicate yourselves. No one is going to, and you know what? Even if someone views you as selfish, who cares? You are taking care of you. And if you don't take care of you, you can't take care of others or show up for others. So you got to be your best action ready self to care for others.
All day.
And celebrate your
Women,
victories, like no matter what they are.
Yeah. Women and mothers especially fall in this. And I teach them, you need to be more selfish. You have to take care of yourself so you can be there. Yeah. Absolutely. All right. Last call for confessions. Anybody have anything?
Leaving your shit at the door when you walk in to the gym.
Yeah.
Like your distractions, like your problems, like if you got an argument or like feel like something like someone's eating at you, like taking that shit into your workout. Like I just made a post for F45. It's just like stay focused. Like leave it at the door. Like you got an hour.
Use it for fuel.
Yeah, you can use it for fuel as well, but like make sure it's like your eyes on the prize, like you're focusing on your workout. Like stop being on your phone and like doing shit like during like prioritize. Like I see people sometimes at the gym all the time. They're putting bets in or they're doing work or they're checking emails. I'm like, dude, I understand. Like don't get me wrong, grind. Like do what you got to do, but you know for a fact you are not getting anything out of this workout if your mind's not in the right spot.
Right. Dude, you know one that I've seen is someone texting back and forth, arguing with someone during their workout. Like seeing like
I've done that. And I've done that. That's why this is a confession, because I've done shit like that. Like I've been in arguments. I was talking like smack on fantasy football one time, and I'm just like going back and forth, or like I'm arguing with my mom, or like it's something stupid. Like it's just like why am I doing this right now? Like this can just get saved for later. Like
right.
You're preaching to me, Scotty. You're preaching to me. And you both have like, I'm going to rewatch this because it's like you both are talking to me. So when I'm in the gym and I go to pick up my phone, we're like, Scotty said, get your ass work. Stop it. What
leave it at the door.
Fritz, what did your gym teacher say again? What's your gym teacher say?
He said, move your ass, man.
Move your ass. Yes.
Hey, that will ever stick with me, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's the best thing. That's the best. All right, so we are human. We are real. We have flaws, guys. And if you have any flaws, comment and put them in the comments, and then maybe we'll talk about them too and give you some answers to help them.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we got music that we're working out to.
It's cracking.
Yeah, so I, again, trying to be undistracted on my phone. I'm slowing things down with my lifts, making sure that I'm really, because, you know, guys, my strength, my energy, I'm not really hitting any PRs right now. I'm doing great with, you know, my strength training, but like, I'm really just focusing on time under tension, getting the correct movements in. So one of my favorite songs, and I forgot to look up the year, but by Common, okay, Common, The Lights, and I love this song.
It's a good song. It's a good song.
And it's so full of happy vibes and love and light and love and joy. And it just, that song puts me in such a good mood. I love it. All right, Scotty, what do you have?
I got Booty Bounce by Tajama.
Right.
I can't
expect you to hit it with the booty bounce, bro.
Booty bounce.
It's a fun EDM song. It's just kind of it's nice little build up and then it just drops, and it's a good time.
I'm looking for it. I'm going to be on the
I gotta-
stepper to
bounce.
that. Booty bounce, booty bounce. I'm going to
Booty
be on
And
the
then
bounce.
stepper to
make
that.
sure you get the right artist, because I think there's other songs called Booty Bounce, but it's
Oh man, there's a
Tujamo,
whole
so
lot of booty bouncing
T-U,
music out there.
Tujamo.
What's that? What's
Okay.
Tujamo. They call it kind of like bounce house. So it's kind of like you just jump into it.
As soon as we get off this podcast, I'm putting that on my playlist.
Booty
Booty
bounce.
bounce. Let me see your booty bounce.
Oh
Don't get them started.
my gosh. Will I be practicing posing to that today? I don't know.
Maybe.
Do what you
All
want.
All of a sudden, Anne's gonna be twerking on stage on her show.
Stop.
Hey, you might need to sauce it
Stop.
up, man.
Stop.
Right? You gotta separate yourself from the rest of the pack.
Well, I will tell you, one of the podcasts that I listen to, Confessions of a Bikini Pro, one of the questions that she always asks is, what is the first thing that goes through your mind before your heels hit the stage? One of mine is, for the love of God, please have good music. We work so hard, promoters. If you are not looking at the music of your show and strategically picking it, you guys know I'm a music fiend. I want good music. Don't be playing some weird classic rock song while the bikini girls are up there. All right, we ain't feeling that vibe. So if you're listening and you're promoting a show, please
Booty bounce.
pick
Play
your
something
music.
sexy, man. Yeah.
Yes.
Big booty bounce.
Gotta play something
Big
real
booty
sexy,
bounce.
man.
I mean, you got Beyonce, J-Lo, like you got all these songs that we can dance. I mean, Missy Elliott, like we can, like
Bro,
it makes a
play
better
Salt
show.
Shaker by Yin Yang Twins. Play something.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Play some. Play some.
Now, I will have to tell you, I'm going to give a shout out to Atlantic Super Show in Richmond, one of my shows, and the Catonsville Conqueror, Frank Meekins, and Showtime promotes Richmond, two shows that had the best music that I've ever done. And it was amazing. So if you're promoting a bodybuilding show or you know someone, tell them to get the music underway. All right, Prince, what do you have this week?
So man, I took it back to, it's not even early 2000s, but this was a good song. It's called Ain't I, and it's by Young Dro and Young LA. These were two of T.I.'s artists, and they kind of came out, and then I think they got their money and got off the scene, you know what I mean? But like, it's called Ain't I, and it's by Young Dro and Young LA. Play it, and it's just like a badass song. Like, in other words, this is like, if you think you're the shit, believe that type of thing, whatever it is. And that's honestly a good song to play at a bikini competition too.
Yes.
But that's what I've been working out too. That's what we've been bumping in the group fitness classes, and it's been cracking.
I'm going to put both of these songs on my playlist as soon as we get off here.
Run it.
All right. Well, that's a wrap of our fitness balls, our music. You can find us Elevate the World Podcast, YouTube, like, subscribe, tell your friends, comment. And then we are here. Ange Fitz, Guide the Body, Train Like Prince. All right. Any closing words, Prince? What are you leaving us with today?
Man, the only thing I want to leave you with is something that this artist named Larry June said. And he said, accept all your flaws. Like, who's to say that's even a flaw anyway? Like, it's you. Like, you cut from that cloth, and always try to be better, but accept you, like, for real. Like, accept you better than anyone else will. But, and then also, you know, go hard on yourself more than anyone else will as well. Like, you be responsible for you. You know what I mean?
Love it. All right, guys. Well, that's what we have. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.
Deuces.
Peace.
See ya.